do you condemn Hamas? Do you condemn Hamas? Even if we were to shift the entire conversation to Hamas, rather than the fact that Israeli forces have killed more Palestinian children in the past 30 days alone than the total amount of Israelis ever killed in their near century-long occupation of Palestine, you would still be failing to see the point that Israel's objective is not to destroy Hamas. It is trying to use Hamas's actions as justification for why they can then commit disproportionate acts of terror against Palestinian civilians. In the mid to late 70s, Israel funded and created Hamas because they saw the Palestine Liberation Organization, otherwise known as PLO, as a greater threat than whatever Hamas could have become. This is even corroborated with multiple Israeli officials, even in Western publications such as the Washington Post. And even furthermore, Israel wouldn't have bombed the West Bank even just a few days ago and multiple times earlier this year, where Hamas is not even stationed, if their objective was to destroy Hamas. And even furthermore, you honest to God want to sit here and tell me that an occupation force backed and funded by the largest military-industrial complex in the world is having a hard time taking out a few hundred or few thousand rebels? So much so that they're having to drop 25,000 tons of explosives on a small strip of land, killing nearly 15,000 civilians? They're having that hard of a time with the most resources in the world? Honestly, and you think their objective is to destroy Hamas and not ethnically cleanse Palestinians from their own land? Honestly, I don't even know what to tell you at that point.
So it wasn't fucking bad enough that Israel gets to decide that they just get to make people, over 1 million people have to leave their homes, just have to go in less than 24 hours. So they warn them of this, so some people do leave, and then they shoot them in the streets. They shoot them in the streets, and y'all want to say stand with Israel. Fuck off. If you are not pro-Palestinian, you are not a comrade of mine. If you are not free Palestine, you are wrong.
This is a message for Benjamin Netanyahu. Why are you doing this? How can you sanction the killing of so many children? Some of them don't even know they're Palestinian yet because they're babies. Some of them don't even speak yet. Why would you do this to them? What is it about you that justifies this in your conscience, if you have one? I'm far from this. I'm far away. But I know what it feels like to be dehumanized, to be degraded, to the point where it no longer matters whether you're alive or dead. I know what that feels like as a Kurd. I know what that feels like. I've seen my brother and sister in front of me without a soul in them. I've seen that. I just wonder whether you still have a soul in you while you walk amongst us. How do you sleep at night? How do you look people in the eye? What made you this way? How many lives need to be taken? When is enough enough for you? When? How do you think you'll be remembered in 50 years and 100 years' time? You think they'll celebrate you? You think they'll revere you? You think they'll see you as a warrior, as a savior? They'll see you as a barbaric psychopath. But perhaps you don't care about that either.